Hey y'all, it's Bible study day. So I did not think of what chapter I want to study today, but what I used to do when I was little was open a book and whatever page it lands on is the word that I need. So that's what we're gonna do today. Jeremiah 23:31. That page. Okay, I'm just gonna read because I did not study this. That's annoying. Am I a God near at hand, says the Lord, and not a God afar off? Can anyone hide himself in secret places, so I shall not see him, says the Lord? Do I not fill heaven and earth, says the Lord? I believe this is saying, am I not God? Like, basically, anything belittling him, this is asking, am I not God? Can you actually hide yourself from me? Do you think that you can get away with it? Do you treat me as if you can't reach me? I believe that's what this is saying. I have heard what the prophets have said who prophecy lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed, I have dreamed. How long will this be in the heart of the prophets who are prophesying lies? Indeed, they are prophets of the deceit of their own heart. I was just talking about this yesterday. That's crazy. There are so many false prophets, and you can tell when someone is a false prophet because they will want to tell you so bad. I've gotten a lot of, I'm just going to say messages because I don't like to refer to myself as a prophet. I've gotten a lot of messages that I could have passed along, but I didn't because I kept it to myself, because you never know if you're supposed to keep it to yourself or you're supposed to tell them. Or is it between you and God? You never know. Or just messages in general that most prophets shouldn't want to share. Most things are, it's gonna happen, but it's just letting you know in advance. A lot of false prophets are showing themselves these days, who try to make my people forget my name by their dreams, which everyone tells his neighbor, as their fathers forget my name for, is it Balal? I've seen that word before. I don't know how to pronounce it. B-A''A''L. I believe this is saying, oh, I found another God, or I found another way to look at life. And he's saying, who tells thy neighbor? Basically, keep spreading the message not to follow God. So he's like, who is doing this and why? The prophet who has a dream, let him tell a dream. And he who has my word, let him speak my word faithfully. What is the shaft to the wheat, says the Lord? I have no idea what shaft is, so I don't know how to break this one down. The prophet who has a dream, let him dream. Basically, if the prophet really has something that is real, he shall flourish with it. And he who has my word, let him speak my word faithfully. Again, the real, actual people who have words from the Lord. Is not my word like a fire, says the Lord, and like a hammer that breaks the rock into pieces? Basically, is my word not powerful, which it is, and like a hammer that breaks the rock into little pieces. Let's say you're having a bad day. You get a word from God, and all your problems just go away. Or somehow the fire that you're going through right now is breaking you into the pieces that you need to shed anyways. Therefore, behold, I am against the prophets, says the Lord, who steals my who steals my words, every one from his neighbor. Behold, I am against the prophets, says the Lord, who use their tongues and say, he says. Basically, this is about anybody who is lying, saying that they're a prophet, saying that these words came from the Lord, knowing that they did not. I am against the prophets who says, wait, I am against the prophets, says the Lord, who steals my every one, who steals my words, steal my words, everyone from his neighbor. Basically, just believing anything that somebody else tells you instead of talking to God yourself. That's one of my struggles. I never just believe because somebody told me God is real. That is not enough for me. I had to read the Bible. The Bible wasn't enough for me. I had to go to church. The church was not enough for me. When I finally prayed and asked for an answer and he responded, that helped. So your neighbor should be for you, should be somebody you can actually talk to, but that's not always the case. So don't just believe what your neighbor tells you. Behold, I am against those who prophesy false dreams, says the Lord, and tell them, and cause my people to err by their lies and by their recklessness, yet I did not send them or command them. Therefore they shall not profit this people at all, says the Lord. Okay, so I am against those who prophesy false dreams. Basically, lie, but also tell people things that they think they may want to hear or things that just sound good. So don't do that. And tell them, cause my people to err by their lies and by their recklessness. Yet I did not send them or command them. Therefore they shall not profit this people at all. Two things. He did not send them nor command them. If God does not tell you to tell someone something that was sent to you, it's probably because it's not supposed to be told. I had to learn that the hard way. And they shall not profit this people at all. I believe this is a new thing, which is unraveling. People who pay for prophecy when all you have to do is open a Bible. People who charge for prophecy when they know that that's wrong. If someone is charging you to tell you something about yourself, you should automatically know that that they're not right. Like, you may believe what they say. It might sound good. It might be like, yeah, but if it isn't free and it doesn't feel right and it isn't holy, it's most likely not from the Lord. So when these people or the prophet or the priest asks you, what is the oracle of the Lord? You shall say to them, what oracle? I will even forsake you, says the Lord. And as for the prophet and the priest and the people who say the oracle of the Lord, I will punish that man and his house. That is something that I've never known was in the Bible. That is another thing about, who you keep around you means a lot. You can be punished just because of someone around you. You can be punished because of your parents, because it missed them and went straight to you. That it hurts worse, so God does it that way. Thus every one of you shall say to his neighbor and every one to his brother, what has the Lord answered and what has the Lord spoken? I believe this is saying what was actually from the Lord. What did the Lord actually tell you? Instead of just thinking of things that sound the best and taking those, rather than when he tries to condemn your sin. Last verse. And the oracle of the Lord you shall mention no more, for every man's word will be his oracle. You have perverted the words from the living God, the Lord of hosts, our God. Basically, there are a lot of false prophets who are clouding the world and making it harder to differentiate from people who aren't already following Christ. So if you don't know God, you may not know God because you might be following the wrong God. If whatever you're doing isn't positive, beneficial, nice, it's most likely not God. It's most likely something else. That's not my business. But I've realized that the Bible has nothing bad in it. I just feel like everybody described Christianity wrong to me. So I always felt like, why would somebody want to live like that? But no, there's nothing wrong with living by the Bible. People just want to have fun, not realizing that fun is in the Bible. You should want to be nice. You should want to do right. You should want to be modest. You should want to talk politely. You should just want to be the best version of you. But the world has gotten to a lot of my generation specifically, and it's just hell on earth. That's it for this Bible study. I needed that. So I feel like I planned this video out, but I opened this page without actually studying because I felt like the Lord spoke to me. I think that I needed that. I was just worried about prophets the other day and who to listen to, who not. I feel like nobody. I feel like I cannot go to nobody else for advice besides God anymore. I need to stop asking people questions. Just either if it's not in the Bible, then maybe I should know. That's it for this Bible study. Thank you guys for tuning in.